Just, I would say, just injury-wise, just, I guess I'll beat you to that. Steph will probably have an update, later in a week, maybe Thursday, Friday, relative to, just, how long he'll be out. And the severity of that. He, it was something, got hurt in the game. Had I think slipped on the court. Slipped on the court a little bit in the second half of the Stonehill game. So not sure what the timeline is on that. So we'll have more, some probably definitive on Thursday with that. Otherwise, just not particularly pleased with with tonight's performance. I thought the rebounding. Just what went on in the backboard, especially early and at different times in the second half was not something that we've seen for a couple of years here. I thought we looked soft. We just had terrible discipline in terms of fouls, and just couldn't guard the ball. Overall, I think it was just a frustrating night of basketball.
What did Cam give you in times when you really needed him? Because you had Alex and Tristan on the bench, and you had some young guys in there now, so he kind of give you a boost.
Yeah, I mean, he that's something we see on a daily basis. I think with Cam, I think the shooting, that's something he's been able to do his whole career. So we knew that was going to change. But I'd say that he probably is embodying more of the things right now that that more players should embody. I think he plays with a toughness. He plays with a little bit of a dog mentality, and I don't think he had a lot of guys that were ready to go with him tonight. It would have been, it's scary to what to think what the halftime score would have been if not for that first half by him.
Yeah, do you kind of lay into the team, after the game or tomorrow in practice, or do you handle it differently just because of some of the young guys, or obviously?
Yeah, I think for the young guy, I don't think the old guys helped the young guys today. Listen, we're going to promote you. We work our ass off with these guys 11 months a year, starting in June, more than any other staff in the country. The way that we push to go out on nights like this and perform, all the sacrifices that we all make with our time and into this life and into this experience in basketball. When now we have a chance on game night to show people who we are and to show our preparation and our excellence. And yeah, I mean that was not I let the team know, particularly the older guys. I think we've got 3 returners from the national championship game that are, the big 3 in Tristan and Donovan and Alex. And I think they want to be the big 3, and I think at last, different points last year that maybe thought it should have been a big 4, but those 3 guys have to play better from the start and make it easier for Solo Ball to play well, make it easier for Jaden Ross to play well, make it easier for Jalen Stewart to play well. If they're committing 2 or 3 fouls in the first half, or if they're shooting weak shots at the rim, or if they're turning the ball over 4 times, with all due respect, at this level of competition, it makes it really hard for the younger players to kind of settle in and play well. I think that our older guys made the game hard on the freshmen tonight.
What how Solo stepped in for Steph tonight?
I liked. Listen. I think Solo when he gets comfortable, I think is going to give us tremendous shooting and straight line driving. There's things obviously at the defensive end that are getting exposed. that he's just got to learn and grow from. But he's got great pedigree, and he's got great makeup. He's going to be really good for us this year.
Dan, obviously, things are about to get a little tougher, but 20 straight non-conference wins for this team. Can you talk about what that means for the program and what you want to get out of the non-conference schedule going into the Big East?
Thanks for saying that, because I'm so mad right now. It was just great to hear something nice. Yeah, that sounds good. 20 straight, yeah. It's a heck of an accomplishment. Yeah, we're excited to get into, into the big city. The way the Steph thing, we coming out of the game, he didn't, there was no communication about any type of an injury until kind of midday, day 2. So that kind of got on top of us and maybe might have affected the mood a little bit. And then we kind of got the news that he was, going to be out and potentially, it was going to be a longer term thing. So, I think, we kind of got through this game. We're excited to go play a national game. Obviously, we're going to need our best players to play a lot better than they did today.
What do you attribute, as you said, the softness? Is it the quote-unquote trap game before the known quantity when you play Indiana?
No, I just think that's a good question about this team. I think when you looked at that team last year and you said, Andre Jackson was a dog. Adama was a dog. Joey off the bench, played kind of like a dog. Naheem was like a two-way tough player. We lost a lot of very physical, tone-setting players, and just to see us on the backboard in the first half of that game today, and even the second half of the Stonehill game, like on the glass, those physicality plays. Listen, we gave up 32% from the field. We had 20 assists. We shot 54%. We made 11 threes. And I'm pissed because that's not championship caliber basketball.
Then, when you say Cam kind of embodied kind of the toughness you needed from more people, is that something that has stood out from him from day one since he joined your program? And I don't know if maybe any part of it has to do with the fact that he hasn't tasted success like some of the students have.
With him, it's the family upbringing. He's got parents that never blame the coach, never blame the teacher. He's got parents that always demanded that he be better, not make excuses for their son. So he's got this mentality where he's never doing enough, and he pushes himself. And winning and playing great is his whole life. His whole life is basketball. He's not on Twitter. He's not on Instagram. He's just a baller. And he's. Tomorrow was an off day, and he'll try to break into our offices tomorrow and start watching Indiana and watching his matchup and beg the GAs to work him out and ask questions as to why we have to take a day off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm done.
I know that the challenging part of the schedule hasn't really come yet, but is it encouraging to you to have 3 different guys in 3 different games, get 20 plus and really carry the load?
Well, I think when Steph is in there, you've got 5 guys that that are potentially going to be 11 to 15 a game, and there's not a lot of teams in the country that have that. With a healthy Steph in the mix there, and obviously, I thought Sampson, took a little step back today with his physicality and force, but. Yeah, we know what we got with the starting 5. It's, can we develop these young guys? Can we develop the bench? I thought Hassan Diarra gave us some good things today, gave us some life there. So obviously Sampson and Haas off the bench, we do have some veterans. But that starting 5, I think the strength of this team is going to be, we've got 5 guys that can get 18 to 25 on a given night when they're all healthy and out there.
Do you think he's getting the Apostles a little more run tonight, or is that just a product of
No, I need, I need men out there, you know, and at that point, I think, you know, my level of frustration with just, you know, the lack of force, and I think what you know, we love about Apostolos is his spirit and his toughness and how hard he goes, and you can't have too many cool guys out there. You need, you know, you need fire and ice, and it may be just too much ice.
The Steph's injury, a knee?
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, you know, it's not, I don't think that we're nervous about this being, you know, a long-term thing, but, you know, we think it's pretty minor. If he's gonna miss time, it won't be much, but, again, it's just kind of evolved within the last 24 hours to 36 hours.
Was there, because he was out shooting around a lot, was there a thought of him playing tonight, or was that, he was?
No, he was, yeah, I mean, it was, no, that was not a thought. I mean, we were still waiting for some information today, up through shoot-around, middle of shoot-around. You know, there was a scurrying around of information.
Dan, Jordan Hawkins is putting together, speaking of things, you get your frustration a little bit, maybe. He's going off again tonight.
Is he? What's he doing?
I think he had 19 at halftime.
Let's go!
How closely have you been able to follow what he's doing and the prolific start he's up to?
Yeah, I had a good talk with him, maybe after that OKC game on the road where he so I called him the next day, and I think you can just tell right away, he looks like he belongs out there and fits the modern game to a T, and just so proud of him. But you know, he, you know, again, he was like, he had a dog in him too, and you know, and a toughness about him, and you know, he was all basketball. And again, the parents, Craig and Jasmine, were all about accountability, and you know, and Jordan being better, and getting texts of apologizing for his performances after bad games, rather than the texts or the innuendo conversations with assistant coaches where it's my fault or the staff's fault. So when you deal with a player in a family like that, he's got the talent. Plus, you know, we need these guys, you know, get to the NBA and perform in the way he's performed. And Andre getting on the court last night and getting minutes, and it's good to be getting these UConn guys back in the NBA on the court playing well.
The situation like Samson, you mentioned, taking a step back, you know, if you're going to address that in practice, are you also going to address that with playing time, and did that occur today? Did you play a little less today because of how you felt he was playing?
Well, I think that in light of the you know, the injury to Steph, you know, again, we didn't have much time in shoot-around because we were getting information as shoot-around was kind of ending. You know, we talked about trying to get him and Donovan on the court together. Obviously, his mobility gives you a chance to potentially do that, but just not enough force on the backboard, not enough impacting shots at the rim. You know, for those guys to shoot 50, for those guys to shoot 50 shots, 52s, some were middies, but a lot of those were at the rim. You know, for Sam to block no shots tonight. We're one of the best shot blocking teams in the country. We intimidate people when they attack the rim. And for us to walk away with 3 block shots tonight, that's not our identity. So, yeah, that was discussed just now as well.
Where do you think Jaden Ross and Jalen Stewart need to improve?
I think Stu just, he wasn't ready to go. Just was kind of unsure there. Caught it a couple times, first the zone at the nail. You know, it's going to take those guys time, and I think that when they entered the game, we weren't playing well. Like the older guys here, the big 3 plus Cam, you know, that they needed to, those guys needed to get on the court while we were kind of playing well, you know, and we were sharp, and now they get on the court and a team is playing very well, and now it's easier to get out there and get comfortable and play well. But when they checked into the game, like we were frustrated, we weren't playing well, they got on the court into an uncomfortable situation, and the responsibility of, you know, Tristan and Donovan and Alex, and obviously Cam did his part tonight, is like, make it easier for these freshmen to go out there and play well, not put us behind the 8 ball, now they come into the game and things aren't going well.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.